One more time, huh? One more time. See, we thought that after all these years of being done with the Storm series, of all this pain and suffering, of saying, oh my god, CC2, why don't you just fix the glitch? Fix that, balance this, all that pain and suffering, being caught in all of that mess for all these years. I didn't think that they would come back one more time to do it all over again. Because, make no mistake, we all know exactly how this is going to happen. How exactly this is all going to go down. Because we've seen it before. Right? The game's going to drop. Mark my words. Naruto Storm Connections is going to drop. For like a week, maybe two if you're very lucky. You know, maybe less than a week if you're very unlucky. But for a week or so, we'll be in this like period of discovery. We're all going to be playing the game. Everything's going to be nice and chill and fun. And then somebody's going to find something completely game broken, completely game breaking in terms of mechanics and being able to play. And then we're going to complain, oh my god, CC2, why don't you fix this? Why don't you fix this? And then maybe if we're lucky, months down the line, it'll be fixed. And that's how it's going to go down. Because that's how it always goes down. That's how it was with Storm 4, right? When we were playing Storm 4, in the beginning, in version 1.0, there was all this stuff with, like, infinite awakening and infinite support chakra shuriken and all this bullshit, man. Just complete, utter bullshit. And then eventually, it got fixed after we had to go to the pain and suffering of trying to play in all that mess. That's how it was in Storm Revolution. When we first started the game, actually, there was an online demo for Storm Revolution, so we actually got to that point a lot faster when we found out all the broken stuff. The looping of the counter system, where it can do all this damage for free. Oh my goodness, those were dark times. We don't talk about Storm Revolution. We don't talk about Storm Revolution. But eventually they'll fix it, and then at the end of the day, we'll be messed with something that's okay-ish, you know? Like, okay, this is not all that good, but I can deal with it. We're gonna have to go to that one more time for this new game of Naruto Storm Connections. Now, from what I've seen so far of the game, right, it seems to be based a lot on Storm 4's battle system and mechanics, right? Which, you know, I feel is probably the best. I think that's for the best because out of all the Storm games, Storm 4 is by far the most balanced, in my opinion. You know, some people like to say, oh, it's not, there's all this broken stuff like Jutsu buffering and whatnot and all that crap. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of annoying, but you know, it's not that bad compared to all the other stuff we've gotten over the years. I mean, think about it, right? As horrible as like spamming Jutsu buffering is, right? Nothing could be as bad as Storm Revolutions, right? When you got hit with a counter in Storm Revolution, it was like, that's it. That's the match. That's the game, especially in version 1.0, when you couldn't do anything, right? You remember those days? I remember those days. Like, you know, it might be hard to fight someone spamming some top tier jutsus or whatever in Storm 4 and running around and doing all that stuff, but at least it's still a fight, right? The Storm Revolution wasn't really a fight. And then there's all the stuff in Storm 3. I hated that because there were so many ways to, like, run. Like, if you had a big map and you had, like, instant awakenings for, like, Conan and Minato and all this stuff, I hated all of it. All of it. But the truth is, all Storm games were kind of broken, but, you know, Storm 4 was the one that was, it's still broken, but, you know, I can kind of deal with this, you know. It's still kind of a fight, right? You know, it's a hard fight, but it's still a fight. At least I can, you know, do stuff. The other games, I didn't really feel you can really do anything. Like, if I'm getting caught in like a Storm Generations tilt loop by Conqueror, that's not really a fight, you know? It's just me gasping for air. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just feel like Stormfront is the best Storm game to base all this, to base the new Storm games after. So that's good for me. That it seems to be very similar. I also heard they're taking out Chakra Shuriken. I feel like Chakra Shuriken in this game of the Storm series altogether. CT2 had just been kind of like doing trial and error, right? They were like, what works with Chakra Shuriken? And it's like they just couldn't get it right to the point where they just say, you know what, just F it, take it out altogether. No more Chakra Shuriken. Because I heard the Chakra Shuriken is being replaced with a second Jutsu, like the command for it. So, you know, everybody gets a second Jutsu now. So, yeah, that's going to be nice. And, well, I actually have a reason to start uploading Storm again. I know it's been so long, but, you know, the game was kind of aggravating, but, you know, I can't say I didn't enjoy myself, right? I mean, why else would I be playing the game for so long, for all these years? Playing all the Storm games since Storm 1, Storm 2, Storm Gens, Storm 3, Storm Rev, Storm 4. All these games, right? I had to enjoy it a little bit. And now we're here one more time to see what it's gonna be like. Do I have high hopes for it? Not really. I kind of come to the conclusion that keeping your hopes high only really serves to crush them. So I don't really have high hopes for like any game coming out these days. But it will get better once we get past those first weeks. Just do your job the first few weeks. Find out that mechanic that's certainly going to be in the game that's gonna ruin everything. Find it as fast as possible. Try and alert the developers. Target the stuff that you want them to fix. Maybe that way we can get to the point where, this is okay. Maybe we can get to that point a little bit faster. So, you know, that's all I really have to say about it. I'm gonna start streaming again, I think. It's been a while. It's been a long while, so, you know, pardon my skill level, but maybe we can get back there. Who knows? You know, shouldn't be that hard, you know. So, expect some more streams.